Hey, sports card collectors and investors. Hope everyone is having a great Friday. We have made it to the end of the week. You're probably wondering why I showed the Michael Jordan clip at the beginning in the intro, and I will get to that in a little bit. If you have not subscribed already, we have over 200 videos on the channel. We're talking about all things personal finance, collectibles investing, a lot of sports card investing, all things collectibles for the most part. There is a heavy emphasis on sports cards. So let's first start out by talking about basketball. Are we going to have NBA basketball today or tomorrow? I was just looking at kind of the ESPN or one of my apps, and for the times of the games, it just said TBD. And so I don't know. Maybe we'll have some more information by the time this actually gets uploaded and goes live. But I thought that they were going to restart again today. But if anyone has any information on that, I'd be glad to hear it. I think that the Mavericks are going to play tomorrow, I think is what they're looking at. And then Lakers Blazers are going to be today, and some of those other games. I know the NFL is starting up in a couple of weeks. I think it's less than 2 weeks now. It just seems kind of weird. It's kind of creeping up on us because we haven't had any sort of preseason. There's not really been training camp that's been on TV or anything that I've seen anyway. So it's literally like what's going to hit us like a freight train. Like all of a sudden it's like Sunday's game day and we got to go. The Saints open up, for those that are new, I'm a big New Orleans Saints fan. The Saints open up against the Tom Brady-led Tampa Bay Bucks. I am not excited about that matchup. I believe it's a home game for the Saints, but home game, typically you have the crowd helping you out a little bit with that, especially in the Superdome. It is crazy, crazy loud. We're not going to have that this year unless, I don't know if they're allowing crowd noise to be pumped into stadiums. I don't know if they're allowing that. I know that's typically not allowed. But with this season being kind of funky, are they going to allow stuff like that to kind of create that atmosphere that we typically have in the Dome? Because it's got to be really weird for the players to just be in a quiet, gigantic 80,000 seat stadium like a practice. And I don't know. I mean, I just think that would be so odd for the players. Maybe they like it. I don't know. But I mean, typically, from what they say, they feed off the energy, etc., of the crowd. So in basketball, it seems like they're playing competitive games in basketball, but those stadiums also aren't seating 80,000, 90,000 people at basketball games. So, I don't know. I'll be interested to see kind of how that goes. I'm excited for football season, and I'm excited for NBA to get underway again. So today I'm going to switch it up a little bit. I'm going to talk about Goldin Auctions, and I saw a great interview on Sportscard Live. It's run by Jeremy, and he does a bunch of great, he has a YouTube channel where he does a bunch of great interviews. He had Ken Goldin on, I believe Ken's his first name, the guy that runs Goldin Auctions. And from what I saw, I took a look at the website. They do kind of like a monthly, it looks like it's monthly. I could be wrong on that, but they just let that thing run for 30 days or so, and then at the end, that's just what it is. That's the sale. But they have some monstrous items on there. They were the ones that just sold the Mike Trout Superfractor that was sold for $4 million, almost $4 million. So they're no stranger to large sales by any stretch, and I was excited to kind of see some of the other options, kind of some of the other sales that they had for sports memorabilia. Not just cards, so sports cards, but they've also got, it looks like they've got shoes, they've got jerseys and different things like that. So today I'm just going to cover some of those top sales from the August auction that are not the Trout Superfractor, and we'll go ahead and dig right into it. So the first one that popped out, and I believe this was the second highest sale, was another one of the LeBron RPAs 2003-2004, the Upper Deck Exquisite, numbered out of 99. This one was a BGS 9.5, and it looks like it sold for $1,080,000. Just an incredible number, but that's what we've been seeing. I mean, honestly, $1 million for that card almost seems underpriced compared to the Trout card and some of these other things. Who knows what else is coming down the pike? So I thought that was interesting. There's been more of these that have come out of the woodwork now that are now being auctioned off. I guess just with sports cards being super hot and prices being high, people are getting out and selling these. Next, I've got this is an interesting one for me. So I'm not as much a baseball card collector, but I do know that the 1968 Topps Nolan Ryan rookie card is a serious card for baseball card collectors. I know that is a a grail card for a lot of collectors. And I was looking at the PSA pop reports because I'm like, how is this Nolan Ryan rookie $600,000? And it is a PSA 10. It is literally the only PSA 10 of 1968 Nolan Ryan, 1968 Topps Nolan Ryan rookie. It's the only one. And there's only 65 PSA 9s of this card. It must just be a tremendous card to grade. I think there's quite a few more PSA 8s, but the 9s and the 10s, good luck. I mean, I looked on eBay trying to find sales of PSA 9s just to kind of see as a comparison to this $600,000 sale. And I couldn't find any over the last 90 days. Maybe I just missed it, but I did not see any. There was 9s that were graded 9 OC, so they were 9 off center, which is not a true 9 for those that kind of veterans in sports card collecting. A 9 off center is the equivalent of, they usually say it's to knock 2 grades off of it. So maybe it's a PSA 6 or 7 if you're looking at a straight upgrade. If you're looking at a 9 OC. Some people might look at that differently, and some people might be happy to get an off-centered 9. I mean, with how rare these cards are, maybe they're okay with it. But I was just shocked at how little there are out there, and so that did kind of explain that $600,000 price tag. It is right now. It is a true one of one of that Nolan Ryan rookie card. So a very impressive card. So exciting sale. And then there was another LeBron RPA that sold for $553,000. It was similar, but numbered out of 23. So there's cards that are numbered out of 23 and out of 99. This one was in a BGS 8.5, so the grade was a little bit lower, but still went for more than $500,000. And that, with how rare that card is, I'm actually surprised it didn't go for a little bit more than that, just because there's only 23. It's numbered out of 23. But anyway, I'm just going to kind of gloss over this one because we already did talk about the other LeBron. So the clip I showed at the beginning of the video, Michael Jordan hitting the game winner over the Hawks, they also auctioned off the game-used jersey worn by Michael Jordan, and that was the season leading up to the Bulls completing their 6th title. So on February 13th, 1998, he scored 37 points, including the game winner over the Hawks. And this one sold for $221,400. So no joke on these sales, man. I mean, just interesting how people, I've been reading in different circles. So in various collectible circles, how, and this isn't just in sports memorabilia, this is also in rare coins, this is also in rare comics. For whatever reason, big money is moving into their kind of the feedback being given to a lot of auctioneers and a lot of the consultants is that they're not comfortable with the economy. I think with stocks at all-time highs, of course that's great for the ultra wealthy, and for the middle class as well, let's face it. But I think that a lot of people are getting a little spooked about, the stock market and so forth. And so what they're doing is moving money into other assets. And it's not just sports. It's also rare coins. It's also comics. It's also rare stamps. It's also first edition books. It's rare video games that are graded. We've talked about that early Mario game, or that extremely rare Mario Brothers game that Nintendo made, where it was just sent out. It's graded. The one it sold for a 6-figure price, but a very rare copy of that game. So people are moving money into other areas, and I think maybe just to diversify, just so they're not so focused on stock market and real estate. There's also kind of that. There is talk, of course, of the real estate market. It's very high, but you have a lot of unemployment. You have a lot of issues with COVID, where people have lost their jobs, or they have less wages, or they're dealing with health issues. And so I think that there is speculation on, is the real estate market going to take a hit here in the next few years? And so it looks like folks are moving money into collectibles. That's what it looks like, because we're seeing this all over the place. It's very, very interesting. And the fact that somebody paid $221,000 for a game-used jersey of Michael Jordan, granted, fantastic jersey, and the greatest player of all time in basketball, but $221,000 is a lot of money. And it's not even as if it was the game-worn jersey of him making, the shot over Byron Scott to beat the Jazz in the finals. This is a game-winning shot, against the Hawks, kind of leading up to it, a regular season game. So very intriguing stuff. I'm not going to lie, I would love to have the jersey. It's fantastic. So nothing against anyone who is buying this stuff, because it's awesome. It's awesome stuff. But I think it's very interesting to talk about the trends that are going on in collectibles investing, people moving money into collectibles, serious money. Just very interesting. So what do you guys think of these sales? Do you think we will see more of this sort of thing? Have we capped out as far as prices go for this sort of stuff? Or is this kind of just a tentative deal where people are just moving money into collectibles and then they'll move them back into real estate and so forth, as time progresses? I'd like to hear your feedback. Thank you again for joining, and we will talk to you again soon, guys. Take care.